Hello, my name is Ruth. Welcome to Hank's Maker Mentor, where I help you learn to make with your Cricut. I provide tutorial videos, informative videos like this one and my other videos about Cricut Design Space updates and news, as well as a welcoming Facebook group that you will find linked in the comments below. Cricut released version 6.9 for Design Space for the desktop on May 20th, 2021. It contains the following features, enhancements, and fixes. Kerning is finally here. We'll spend most of this video talking about kerning, but I want to briefly cover the other parts of the update. There's now translated project taxonomy, which is a fancy way to say that the project category menu is now translated according to your language selection in Design Space settings. If you use it in a language other than English, you'll now be able to see the drop-down project categories in your own language. The second new enhancement is that the image tile received an update. You can now include a second line of text to provide more clarity around an image, its name, size, etc. Both of those are ones I can't really show you in action. And then the bug fix is regarding the Cricut Mug Press Activation. The hope is that with the bug fix, that will be a smoother process. If you do have a mug press, make sure you go and activate it before you try and use it. It won't work until you activate it. We have now completed the section of this video where we go over the enhancements and the fixes. Now let's move on to the feature that we've been wanting for years, kerning. If you don't have a background in graphic design and you have no idea what this term means, don't worry. It took me a long time and a lot of frustration with the issue before I found out what the term meant. A kerned font means that the text you enter will have the optimal spacing between each character. Prior to this update for the desktop design space, and still on the mobile devices, when you insert text, the overall spacing could either be nice, too close, or too far apart. It would also tend to have sections with uneven spacing. And to fix that, you had two main options. You could adjust the letter space, and when you selected your text, you'd have the letter space option, and you could type in or use the arrows to adjust things. But like you'll see where a lot of it's touching already, but then some parts of it aren't, you could then go and click ungroup or go into advanced and do ungroup to letters here. And then you could move each one around individually until you got it to where you liked it. Those are the tools I've been using. Fortunately, with this update, Cricut has improved on that. On the release notes page here, they do let you know that you can click to learn more about kerning, which brings you up to this help article. I'm including the link to both pages in the description below. You'll probably need to click show more so you can see those links. Working with this new feature is straightforward. You can select an existing text box or select the text tool to create a new text box. It still defaults to the Cricut Sans font. When you click on the drop-down, you'll see the Kerned fonts filter is automatically selected. It is kept separate from the other filters, and you can unselect it, but as long as you haven't unselected it, when you choose a font, it will render on the canvas with the proper kerning. Some of the frequently asked questions. Is this going to weld automatically? While this Cricut Sans one doesn't apply, they weld automatically. They remain editable on the canvas, but they will cut as if they are welded, preventing the overlap cuts. If you ungroup though, you will need to weld them since they are no longer part of the same text box. As you can see, it doesn't just apply to Cricut fonts. You can type in with other fonts. This is the Hello Glitter font. This is the Lovely Mothers font. It just depends on if the font supports kerning. If you have a saved project that needs the kerning adjusted, you don't have to start from scratch. On saved projects, I'm most excited to use this for projects that I start on my iPad or on my Android phone while I brainstorm and then open them up on my laptop to adjust the spacing. This is a project that I started on the iPad just so I can show you how you adjust the kerning on these kinds of projects. I have the same font installed on my iPad and on my laptop, and I'm going to click Customize. This is using a font called Lovely Mothers that I purchased on designbundles.com. It's a font duo with extras, and I will link it for you below as well. I messed with this with multiple fonts, going back and forth, trying to edit things that I had started on the iPad and then into Design Space. I found that it struggled to transfer the kerning from one to the other, and I frequently needed to just reselect the font instead of being able to just type in a space or some other small edit and then delete it to do the edit, which is disappointing because it's fine as long as I reselect the font. So we'll have to wait until they get that fixed. If you are looking for a font that you know you have either installed or it's a Cricut font, and when you are looking for it, you are unable to find it, you can double check in here. So if I type in Thursday under all fonts, it's going to say nothing came up. If I unselect this, you'll see that this particular font, Thursday type, is available. It's just not a kerned font, so it won't show up by default. In the middle of working on this video on May 22nd, I paused to watch Cricut's announcement that they are releasing 2 new machines. There's a lot to cover there, so be sure to click on the video here on the screen to see what the news is from a less biased perspective, since I am not a Cricut affiliate, but I do have 3 different Cricut machines at this time. I hope it was helpful seeing the update in action. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.